Hello everyone, this is the Problem of the Week solution video for April 30th, 2021's problem Unbearable Zoo. I'll read through the problem description and then we'll run through an example solution. Alright, in his free time when he's not busy hacking computers, Dr. Back runs a zoo. Every morning he gets up and makes sure that none of the animals have escaped. He has a huge list of all the animals and checks each animal off as he sees it, but thinks this is really inefficient. He only cares about what animal they are since all similar animals share a cage, so if he has a white tiger and a Siberian tiger, Dr. Back only wants to know that he has 2 tigers. Given an integer n and n lines describing animals, output in alphabetical order the animals Dr. Back has in his zoo, followed by their count. For our input, the input will contain multiple test cases, up to 5. Each test case contains a line containing a single integer n where 0 is less than or equal to n is less than or equal to 10 to the power of 3, which is 1000, followed by n lines of animals with at least one word on every line. An animal name may consist of multiple lowercase or uppercase words, with the last one describing the kind of animal. Animal names may contain apostrophes, hyphens, and periods. For example, St. Vincent's agouti would be a valid animal name. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. The input is terminated when n is 0. For our output, for each test case, output the list number followed by the animals Dr. Back has in his zoo in lowercase and alphabetical order, with each animal followed by one space and the delimiter vertical bar and then another space and their count. Okay, so after reading the problem, it seems that we have to take all the animals, ignore everything including the capitalization, keep only the last word, and count how many times that word occurs in our total dataset. After that happens, we'll print it out in alphabetical order of how many animals of each species there are. Now going to our example code. The first thing we do is to initialize this variable for the count. Our expected output has a heading where we say which list it is, for example list 1, list 2, and so on. So we'll need to keep track of this across the entire program. Next thing we'll do is to begin this while loop. In this first block of code, we take n, casting it to an integer from the string, which is what the input function gives us. Next, we increment this count, and then we create an empty dictionary to keep track of the animals' names and numbers. Line 9 will break this while loop if we see that n is 0. The next thing that we do is to iterate through the test cases that we're expecting in this batch of animals. So in this for I in range loop handles this. In line 14, we collect the animal type by taking the input, splitting it into a list using the split function, taking the last element in that list, which represents only the last word, and then converting it into lowercase. Keep in mind that the split function's one optional parameter is what character to split by. If we do not give it anything, then it defaults to splitting by spaces. The next thing that we do is to add this animal to our dictionary. If we try to increment the animal count in the dictionary before we initialize it, the code will error out. So we will check if the animal is in the set of keys in our animals dictionary. If it's not in the dictionary, then we set it to 1, otherwise we'll just bump that number up by 1. After we're done cycling through the loop for each animal, we print out our list number right here. Using a formatting string, just print list and then count with a colon behind it. Since the problem description asks for it specifically, we have to get it perfectly correct or the question won't be marked correct. Lastly, we just have to sort and print out the dictionary. In order to sort the dictionary, we can use this sorted function and pass in the dictionary as a parameter. It will return a sorted collection based on the dictionary's keys by default. So it'll only give a list of keys. Alright, so in the last 2 lines, we'll iterate through that list of sorted keys and then print out the number, a vertical bar, and the number of animals that we were given for that one specifically. And keeping in mind we need spaces between these. Alright, so let's run the example test cases that were given. So 6, African elephant, white tiger, Indian elephant, Siberian tiger, tiger, and panda bear. Our expected output should return list 1, colon, bear, 1, elephant, 2, tiger, 3. There we go, and our next well, I guess it's a subsection of a test case, is 1 blue Russian penguin. And our expected return is list 2 and then penguin 1. And the last thing we'll do is cap this program off with a 0 so that it will stop running. Alright, so as you can see, the program functions as expected. So that will be it for this video. Thank you.